The coin you are showing is a United States Bicentennial Quarter dollar, minted in 1976 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of the United States of America's independence, 1776 to 1976. This special issue holds great historical and cultural value as it celebrates 2 centuries of American freedom, democracy, and unity. The coin's obverse, front side, features the familiar portrait of George Washington, the first President of the United States, designed by John Flanagan, originally created for the Washington Quarter series that began in 1932. Washington's profile faces left, and the inscriptions around him read Liberty at the top and In God We Trust on the left side, while the dual date, 1776 to 1976, is displayed at the bottom. This dual date marks both the founding year of the nation and the bicentennial celebration year. Unlike regular quarters that only display a single year, this 2-date design was a special feature used exclusively for the bicentennial coins. On the reverse, backside, instead of the traditional American eagle seen on regular quarters, this coin features a unique design created by Jack L. AHR through a national design competition held by the U.S. Mint. The reverse shows a colonial drummer, a Revolutionary War era figure symbolizing the spirit of independence and the courage of early patriots who fought for freedom. To the left of the drummer, there is a victory torch encircled by 13 stars, representing the original 13 colonies that formed the United States. The inscriptions around the rim read, United States of America at the top and quarter dollar at the bottom, with E pluribus unum, out of many one, inscribed to the left of the torch, symbolizing unity among the states. The bicentennial quarter was minted between 1975 and 1976, however, all carry the 1776 to 1976 date and were struck at 3 U.S. mints, Philadelphia, no mint mark, Denver, D, and San Francisco, S. The Philadelphia and Denver mints produced coins for circulation, while the San Francisco mint issued both proof and 40% silver collector versions. The circulation coins, like the one in your image, are composed of a copper-nickel clad, outer layers of copper-nickel over a pure copper core, weighing 5.67 grams, with a diameter of 24.3 millimeters and a reeded edge. The silver versions were heavier and had a distinct luster. In terms of historical significance, this quarter was part of a broader bicentennial coin program, which also included special designs for the half dollar, featuring Independence Hall, and the Eisenhower dollar, featuring the Liberty Bell and the moon. These coins were not just currency, but symbols of national pride, produced to celebrate America's 200 years of independence and distributed widely to engage the public in the commemoration. The drummer design became one of the most beloved and recognizable in U.S. coinage history, embodying the revolutionary spirit and unity of purpose that defined the nation's founding era. In circulation, most 1776 to 1976 quarters are common and hold a face value of 25 cents, as hundreds of millions were minted. However, well-preserved uncirculated coins, proof strikes, and 40% silver editions can be worth more to collectors. The Philadelphia Mint produced over 809 million coins, and the Denver Mint more than 860 million, making them quite abundant. Yet, coins in mint state condition, MS 65 and above, or proof silver issues, PR 65, PR 70, are often sought after by numismatists. The silver-clad proofs and uncirculated collector sets, particularly those in original mint packaging, can fetch a few dollars to tens of dollars depending on condition. Rare die varieties, such as double dies or striking errors, can also increase a coin's value. Numismatically, this coin represents a bridge between the past and the modern U.S. coinage system. It was the first time the U.S. Mint changed circulating coin design since the 1930s and demonstrated the power of coinage as a medium of national storytelling. The imagery of the drummer and torch serves as a timeless reminder of the courage and sacrifice of the American Revolution, while George Washington's portrait reminds citizens of the leadership and ideals upon which the nation was founded. Beyond monetary worth, the 1976 Bicentennial Quarter holds enduring sentimental and educational value. It connects everyday citizens to the American story of liberty, unity, and perseverance. Whether found in pocket change or preserved in a collection, It stands as a tangible piece of history, an artistic tribute to 200 years of independence and the enduring hope of freedom for future generations. Next top. The 1980p United States quarter dollar is a coin of significant historical and numismatic value, representing a key era in modern American coinage. Minted at the Philadelphia Mint, denoted by the P mint mark, which was first introduced for quarters in 1980, this coin marks an important point in U.S. minting history as it was the beginning of the use of the P mark on quarters struck in Philadelphia. The obverse front of the coin features the portrait of George Washington, the first president of the United States, designed by John Flanagan in 1932 to commemorate the bicentennial of Washington's birth. The inscriptions on the obverse read Liberty above Washington's head, In God We Trust to the left, and the date 1980 below his neck, with the mint mark, P, appearing just right of the ponytail ribbon. The reverse, back, of the coin carries the classic heraldic eagle design, also by Flanagan, which shows a majestic bald eagle with outstretched wings clutching a bundle of arrows, symbolizing strength and readiness for defense, while an olive branch of peace lies below, representing the United States' preference for peace. Surrounding the eagle are the inscriptions United States of America and E pluribus unum, with the denomination quarter dollar placed at the bottom. The 1980p quarter is composed of a copper-nickel-clad structure consisting of an inner core of pure copper and outer layers of 75% copper and 25% nickel, resulting in a total weight of 5.67 grams, a diameter of 24.3 millimeters, and a reeded edge. This composition replaced the earlier 90% silver alloy used before 1965. In 1980, the Philadelphia Mint produced an estimated 635,832,000 quarters, making it a common circulation coin, yet still of interest to collectors because of its place in minting history and its role in marking the first appearance of the P mint mark on quarters. The coin's value in circulation remains 25 cents, but uncirculated or mint condition examples can fetch higher prices depending on grade and luster. Coins graded MS 65 or higher by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC are often valued between $3 and $10, while exceptionally preserved examples with full mint luster or proof-like qualities can exceed that. Collectors often look for striking errors or variations, such as off-center strikes, die cracks, or double die obverse (DDO) varieties, which can raise a coin's numismatic value substantially. From a historical standpoint, the 1980 quarter reflects an era of economic transformation in the United States under President Jimmy Carter and the onset of the 1980s, a decade that would usher in new technological, political, and cultural shifts. It was also a period marked by rising metal prices, inflation, and a renewed interest in coin collecting. The Washington quarter, which had already been in circulation for nearly half a century, continued to symbolize stability, national pride, and continuity in American coinage. Though the design would eventually change in 1999 with the launch of the 50-state quarters program, the 1980p quarter remains a tangible connection to a transitional moment in U.S. monetary and minting history. Collectors appreciate it not only for its role as everyday currency, but also as a marker of evolving mint technology and American identity. Over 4 decades later, it stands as a reminder of the durability of both the Washington quarter design and the ideals it represents: liberty, unity, and resilience in the American spirit. Next top. Arkansas State Quarter, part of the United States Mint's 50-state quarters program, which ran from 1999 to 2008. This program was one of the most successful coin series in U.S. history, created to honor each of the 50 states with unique reverse designs reflecting their history, geography, and culture. The Arkansas Quarter, released on October 20, 2003, was the 25th coin in the series and the 5th and final release of 2003. It celebrates the state's natural beauty, resources, and wildlife, representing Arkansas's nickname, the Natural State. The obverse of the coin features the traditional portrait of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan, which first appeared on the quarter in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of Washington's birth. It includes inscriptions reading, United States of America, Liberty, "In God We Trust," and quarter dollar, along with a mint mark indicating where it was produced, Philadelphia, P, Denver, D, or San Francisco, S. The reverse design, created by John Mercani, showcases three prominent symbols that define Arkansas's natural and cultural heritage. In the center is a diamond, representing the crater of Diamond State Park in Murfreesboro, the only diamond-bearing site in the world open to the public for mining, where visitors can search for and keep any diamonds they find. This symbolizes Arkansas's status as a place of natural wealth and rarity. Below the diamond, a mallard duck flies gracefully above a serene lake scene, representing the state's rich wildlife and the abundance of waterfowl in Arkansas's wetlands, especially around the White River and the Mississippi Flyway. To the left, rice stalks rise above the water, symbolizing Arkansas's agricultural significance. The state is one of the leading rice producers in the United States. These three images together express the harmony between Arkansas's natural beauty, economic strength, and wildlife conservation. Surrounding the design are the inscriptions Arkansas 1836, marking the year Arkansas was admitted as the 25th state of the Union, 2003, denoting the coin's release year, and the Latin phrase E pluribus unum, meaning out of many one, a traditional motto of the United States. The coin is composed of a copper-nickel clad structure, an outer layer of 75% copper and 25% nickel bonded to a pure copper core, with a total weight of 5.67 grams, a diameter of 24.26 millimeters, and a reeded edge. Proof versions, made for collectors, were struck in both clad and 90% silver compositions at the San Francisco Mint. Circulation strikes were produced at the Philadelphia and Denver mints, and tens of millions of coins were released into public circulation. While most 2003 Arkansas quarters hold standard face value of 25 cents, uncirculated or proof specimens, especially in high mint state grades, MS 67 or above, can be worth $2 to $10, and silver proof versions may fetch around $5 to $15 depending on condition. Certain error coins, such as those with off-center strikes, die cracks, or double dies, can be worth significantly more to collectors. Historically, the release of the Arkansas quarter came at a time when the state sought to celebrate its diverse identity, its mountains, rivers, and agricultural heartland balanced by a growing sense of pride in its unique geological feature, diamonds. The crater of Diamonds Park, highlighted on the coin, has been a symbol of opportunity and discovery since the early 20th century. The rice fields and duck imagery further emphasize how Arkansas's economy and culture are tied to its wetlands, which support both agriculture and recreation such as duck hunting, an activity deeply rooted in the state's traditions. The coin's design was chosen through a collaborative process between the state government, citizens, and the U.S. Mint, embodying a sense of state pride and local identity. Numismatically, the 2003 Arkansas State Quarter stands as an enduring tribute to a state rich in natural wonders and resources. It also marks a midpoint in the monumental 50 State Quarters program, which rekindled national interest in coin collecting and educated millions of Americans about the history and symbols of each state. The design's combination of the diamond, rice, and mallard presents a balanced composition that speaks to the relationship between land, nature, and people in Arkansas. Collectors continue to value the coin not only for its artistic detail but also for its historical and educational significance, reminding us that even a small piece of circulating currency can tell the story of a state's heritage and identity. Next top. The 2017 Ellis Island Quarter Dollar, part of the America the Beautiful Quarters program issued by the United States Mint, stands as a symbol of hope, immigration, and national identity. Officially released on August 28, 2017, this coin honors Ellis Island National Monument in New Jersey, one of the most historic gateways for immigrants entering the United States. The Ellis Island Quarter is the 39th release in the 56 coin series that began in 2010 and continued until 2021, each coin depicting a national park or site from a different U.S. state, territory, or the District of Columbia. Struck at the Philadelphia, P, Denver, D, and San Francisco, S, mints, the coin was released both for circulation and in special collector editions. The obverse front, of the coin features the well-known portrait of George Washington, the first president of the United States, designed by John Flanagan in 1932 for the Washington Quarter series and later modified by William Cousins. Washington is shown facing left with the inscriptions United States of America, Liberty, In God We Trust, and Quarter Dollar. This design connects the coin to the broader lineage of the American quarter dollar, which has borne Washington's likeness for nearly a century. The mint mark, P, D, or S, appears to the right of Washington's ponytail, indicating where the coin was struck. The reverse, back, of the coin depicts a moving and detailed scene that captures the emotional and historical essence of Ellis Island. Designed by Barbara Fox and sculpted by Phoebe Hemphill, it portrays an immigrant family just arriving in America, standing before the Ellis Island immigration station. The father is seen holding a young child while the mother clutches her identification papers, looking forward with a sense of hope and anticipation. In the background, the Great Hall of the Ellis Island Immigration Building rises grandly, a place where millions of immigrants were processed between 1892 and 1954. Above the image are the inscriptions Ellis Island, New Jersey, and the year 2017, while the lower rim bears the motto, E pluribus unum, meaning out of many one, emphasizing the unity of a nation built by immigrants. Ellis Island, often referred to as the Gateway to America, served as the busiest immigration inspection station in the United States. Over 12 million immigrants passed through its halls, seeking new lives between 1892 and 1954. Many were from Europe, escaping poverty, war, or persecution, and their arrival marked the beginning of new lives that helped shape the American cultural and demographic landscape. The Ellis Island Quarter serves not only as a numismatic tribute to this site, but also as a reminder of America's long history as a land of opportunity. Today, Ellis Island is part of the Statue of Liberty National Monument, managed by the National Park Service, and continues to attract millions of visitors who trace their family roots and reflect on the country's immigrant heritage. From a numismatic perspective, the 2017 Ellis Island Quarter holds both historical and collectible interest. Circulation strikes from Philadelphia and Denver were released in the hundreds of millions, while proof and silver-proof versions were struck in smaller numbers for collectors. The San Francisco Mint produced both clad and silver-proof editions, which are notable for their mirror-like finishes and sharp detail. Most circulation coins are made from a copper-nickel clad composition, 91.67% copper and 8.33% nickel, with a standard diameter of 24.26 millimeters and a weight of 5.67 grams. However, the silver-proof edition, minted in 99.9% silver, is especially prized for its brightness and historical elegance. The edge of the coin, like all modern U.S. quarters, is reeded. In terms of value, the 2017 Ellis Island Quarter in circulated condition is typically worth its face value of 25 cents. However, uncirculated examples, especially those in mint state, MS65 or higher, can sell for between $1 and $5, depending on condition and mint mark. Silver-proof versions carry additional value based on silver content and collector demand, often ranging between $10 and $25. Coins graded by professional services such as PCGS or NGC at high levels, particularly MS68 or PF70, can fetch significantly higher prices among serious collectors. Certain error coins, such as those with off-center strikes or die cracks, are rare and can also attract premium interest in the numismatic market. The release of the Ellis Island Quarter coincided with renewed public interest in immigration history and ancestry research in the United States. Its release ceremony, held in Jersey City, New Jersey, was attended by officials from the U.S. Mint and the National Park Service. The event celebrated not just the coin itself, but also the enduring values of hope, diversity, and determination embodied by the millions of people who passed through Ellis Island's doors. The quarter was designed to prompt reflection on what it means to be an American, a question that continues to resonate deeply across generations. Beyond its collectible status, the 2017 Ellis Island Quarter stands as a miniature monument to America's immigrant story, one of courage, endurance, and dreams. Every line and symbol in its design carries layers of meaning. The family on the reverse represents the universal human desire for a better life. The Great Hall symbolizes the promise and scrutiny of a new beginning, and the inscriptions tie the past to the enduring ideals of liberty and unity. The quarter's presence in circulation allows millions of Americans to hold in their hands a small but powerful piece of history, one that connects the pocket change of today to the stories of those who built the nation more than a century ago. In conclusion, the 2017 Ellis Island quarter dollar is far more than a piece of modern currency. It is a tribute to the American journey. Through its artistry and symbolism, it honors the struggles and triumphs of those who arrived at Ellis Island seeking a new life. It reflects the belief that from many origins and paths, a single nation has emerged, continually renewed by the dreams of its people. For collectors, historians, and everyday Americans alike, the coin stands as a tangible reminder of the enduring spirit of hope that defines the United States.